Hi, and thank you for tuning into the Urban Herbalist YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the different herbal preparations and what to use when. When you're first studying herbs, it can be confusing. You're throwing all these terms are being thrown at you, and you can get confused and not know what preparation to use and when. So this is just a little guide to use for that. So we're going to talk about teas, tinctures, infusions, decoctions. Those are the main preparations. First thing is a tea. A tea is mostly prepared just as a beverage for you to enjoy. To really get the medicinal benefits of an herb, if you want to drink it as a tea, you prepare it as an infusion. Similar to tea, however, use more herb. They're both water-based. A tea is mainly for enjoyment. If you were just preparing a tea and you're looking for medicinal benefits, you would have to drink a lot of it. Whereas opposed to an infusion, this is an infusion of nettle leaf. If I was making nettle as a tea, I would probably use a teaspoon of dried herb for my cup of tea. An infusion is for when you're looking for more of the medicinal benefits of the herb. This I've prepared as a nourishing herbal infusion, and it's a quart-sized jar. I've added 1 ounce, which equaled 6 tablespoons of dried nettle leaf, and a quart of boiling water. So it's going to be stronger, and also I'm leaving it infused longer, again, which is going to make it stronger, and it's an amount that I'm going to drink this whole quart today. So you're taking in enough of the infusion for it to have benefits. So if you're looking for the medicinal benefits of an herb, which is a leaf or flower portion, you would prefer the infusion as opposed to a tea, which is mainly to taste, to flavor, something that you just want to drink and enjoy. Both use water as a menstruum. Now I mentioned the infusion with the leaf and the flower. You can also prepare a decoction. Now the confusing part is the infusion is the part of the plant that you use is the leaf or the flower. The decoction is for the roots or seeds, if that is the part of the plant you're going to use. And mostly decoctions are prepared for medicinal purposes, because you're not going to sit there, if you want to drink a quick cup of tea for sitting down and reading your book, you're not going to sit there and pound roots and then wait for them. So decoction is for roots and seeds. This is burdock root, and as you can, I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a hard exterior. To get the medicinal constituents out of the root, and if you're using seeds as well, you're going to want to first macerate it a bit. You can use a mortar and pestle. Sometimes in a pinch, I'll just use the back of a spoon. I'll put the herb in a bowl and use the back of the spoon. And then you want to boil the herb. You want to simmer it. So that way you're making sure you're getting all the active constituents. If you want further instruction on how to prepare a decoction in detail, I have another video on that you can feel free to look up. But a decoction is to get the medicinal properties out of a root. Now, there are some exceptions. You definitely want to look into the herb that you're using. One exception that I have here is valerian. Valerian is technically a root, but you prepare it as an infusion. So definitely before you take an herb for its medicinal properties, look up, the best way to prepare it. One source you can use, I invite you to go to my website, urbanherbalist.com. If you are looking for recommendations on how to prepare an herb for medicinal use and what is the best way, you can go ahead and check out my website. I have many herbs listed there. Just look up the herb in the search engine. So, tincture. This is a tincture. Tinctures are great for herbs that don't taste very good, that maybe don't smell very good. Or if you want to take several different herbs at one time but don't want to drink 6 gallons of tea or infusion, you can have a blend in a tincture. And tincture is, the menstruum is mostly alcohol. Sometimes you'll see like honey or glycerin for people that can't tolerate the alcohol. I prefer to make mine in alcohol. It takes longer. So if you are looking for some immediate relief, if you're ill, I don't recommend the tincture unless you already have it made, because if you're not feeling good, you don't want to wait 2 months. Go with the infusion or decoction. So tincture is something you can make. It's taken by the drop. So if you make a quart of a tincture, this is going to last you a long time. It also preserves the medicinal constituents of the herb as well. So one of the times, like a tincture that I make a lot, is my sleep tonic. And let's take valerian. If you're not familiar with valerian, I invite you to smell it. It will knock you on your feet. And trust me, if you are making an infusion of valerian, you're going to smell that stinky feet smell when you're trying to drink it, and it's just not very good. So valerian is a case where the herb doesn't smell very good, so you'll want to tincture it. And to be honest with you, you can still smell a little bit even in the tincture. Another advantage to a tincture is you can buy them in little dropper bottles like this, or make your own. If you have to travel, if you're taking an herb for long-term use, say you have trouble sleeping, and you have a little sleep tonic blend that you use, and you have to travel, you can take this with you. This is not practical when you're traveling. You can't make a quart of a strong herbal infusion when you're traveling, but you can take a tincture. And you take by the drops, so you take 10 to 20 drops in a glass of water or a beverage wherever you're going. It's much easier, much more portable. So tinctures are good for long-term use. That way you can prepare a lot at one time, and it's going to last you, and the alcohol is going to preserve it. I generally do the infusions if I'm looking, say, for my nourishing herbal infusion, just to get my vitamins and herbs for the day. I have no problem drinking a whole quart of this in a day. Or if I'm not feeling good, I can go take a bunch of herbs together and make a tea. And I can make a medicinal tea if I'm really sick, which would be stronger. And it's something that's easy to prepare. If you have the herbs on hand, boom, you've got it when you need it. Whereas you don't always have that flexibility with tinctures. So I hope this clears things up a little bit, because I know it can be a little confusing on how to prepare what and when. And again, I invite you to visit my website, urbanherbalist.com, where I do go over 80 herbs and the best ways to take them. And you also have to look at your lifestyle and figure out what's best for you, what's easiest for you. You know, if you might want to keep some herbs on hand for when you do have an illness come on, or if there's herbs you want to take long term, maybe look into a tincture. So I want to thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you.